Welcome back, fans and friends. This is Thomas from Toronto, and I'm bringing to you today the 1969 Pontiac GTO Judge, release 65 last year, 34th casting of the vehicle. And so there we have pretty much, except for the air, we're going to see if it's on the bottom. It is the VP Racing, but it's done way better than the previous VP Racing fuel that I did, the Coronet based Super V. I actually do have a non-deluxe version of this car. It's the all orange one. And so eventually when I do decide to get that one out, I will compare it to this one. So as you can see here, this is courtesy of Walmart. They just wasn't on the shelf because it couldn't be on the shelf. See, that's all damaged there. But other than that, it does look really, really nice. As we all know, it says there 455 HO engine. As we know, their last big block V8 before the emissions rules and everything else. We can see GTO written on the front there. Plus, I'm hoping is not hood damage. You can see the gap there. It's simply not closed. And then we do see Judge on the front left right there. And then on the back, we do see 1969, in case we're wondering what the year is. And it does look really nice. So, like I said, it's good. It's nice to see stuff finally getting back on the shelves. It does not remain on the shelves for long, because I guess people are buying them, which is good. But also, I know that the Walmart tends to not overstock. So, you can only get them while you see them. Otherwise, you have to buy them online and get them shipped to you. And the shipping is outrageous. So, in normal M2 fashion, you do get the plastic cover to it. And as we can see there, the car looks really, really nice. Like I said, release 65, 455 engine. I would love to get eventually, if they do have the green light version of this car. So I guess we will start with the front. And you can just see GTO there. We have the lights on the bottom of the car, because they're obviously not in the middle. The hood, as we can see there, is a bit of an issue. I will see, because you are able to take these apart, I will see if maybe the two struts are too far in and you just pull them out. And there's the two inlets, so maybe a little bit harder to see. But you can clearly see into the cabin through the window. The plastic is nice and clear. We have painted door handles, a line running throughout the whole of the car. We have GTO on the side, the Judge on the front left and right of the car. VP Racing fuel right in the middle of the door. The spoiler, for once, it appears to not be damaged. So if we'll remember the green light that I have, a couple of M2s, they tend to have this thing damaged. And this one appears to be in excellent condition. It has the drag racing type tires, which I don't like, but if I got it, I got it. For the most part, I don't see too many issues with the wheels, what I like to call the green light special, where the strut will not be painted and the wheels will be poorly done. This one, except for a little bit of thinning on the red, appears to be okay, which is fantastic. There's the mufflers. And so this is a deluxe, and one of the issues with the deluxe is, in my opinion anyway, the issue is it has to do this, has to open the door and then open the hood. So I want to see what the 455 looks like, and it looks really nice. Can't complain about that. Look at that. So it's different than some of the ones that I saw online, which is my only reference to, but this one still looks great. And so there we have the GTO Judge. I will just get it off its base. And so fans and friends, I didn't notice this until I tried to take the screw out. It's a quality issue, but it's not a difficult issue to fix. As we can see there, that little white crap on the underside of the hood. It also appears to be just crap, so I have literally cleaned it off with my fingertips. I take it all back. As we can see there, it's gone. So, and they appear to have, so what we can see there is one of the struts is sort of on an incline, which does this with the hood. Anyway, it's easy to fix. I will fix it later. So far, I can't say I have too many things to complain about this car. We can see there the wheels are nice and flowing. So we will shut the doors and take it for a spin. And then look at that, it runs almost perfectly. So that's great too. For once, they did a really good job on this. It appears to me it is obviously a 2022 release, but because M2 does not do the same thing they do Hot Wheels does or Greenlight. So what Greenlight will do is they will put the year of casting. So for example, I have pretty close to me this, and you'll see there 2021. Even though the vehicle's release is 2022, what that means is the casting is 2021. However, what M2 does is they will have a series of castings of a year and the number of castings that were used to make this vehicle. And then the other thing they will do is they will do this for the release. So you know the green lights have the release number on the limited edition number on the bottom of the car. M2 does this, but when you look underneath the car, you have to go by this number. Yeah, so that one there, the R number. And so you don't know exactly where this one fits into their grand scheme of releases, but here we are. So anyway, I don't have too much else to complain about this vehicle. I really do like it. The major issue I have with it is not at fault with manufacturing. It's these wide rear tires. I prefer the street legal tires. So these would be just as wide as this. But other than that, the car rolls really well. Like I said, the engine looks amazing. Just missing the rear view mirrors. If I forgot to cover the back, I will cover it right now. We have the judge written on the back. We have reflector inserts for the rear lights. You have 1969 written in the middle of the vehicle. The license plate. Not too many other issues. I think that's a scratch there. But other than that, I mean, it does look really, really nice. So if you're out there and you don't want to pay more than I think 1103 for this, it's not terrible. And the other thing too, and this is really quick because Greenlight does it too, and especially Mattel with Hot Wheels and Matchbox, all it does is say 1969 GTO. They assume people know it's a Pontiac because there is absolutely no Pontiac insignia on the car whatsoever. And then you see the judge, you know it's the GTO judge, and you know what the engine is because it says 455 HO. Oh, I apologize, there's the Pontiac. So the only way you can know it's a Pontiac without recognizing the car is it is written on the hood. Other than that, I happen to really like this one. Like I said, I'm not going to keep a damaged box, especially if I'm never going to see it again, and I don't want to pay $20, $25 off Kijiji or whatever it is for these. Or somebody just collecting them and other people are collecting them and they just don't stay on the shelves very long. So like I said, at least with this one, they got a great many things right. The car rolls, the hood opens reasonably well. It shuts okay, like it's not terrible, right? Just a little bit of a gap. But I believe if I just slide it out, perhaps move the dash a little bit backwards, get a little bit more space. The problem with that little strategy though is if I do that, what's going to happen is it's going to be loose and it's not going to stay. At least right now, as you can see what's happening there, if I make it even more loose, the hood will not stay open. So like I said, engine looks really nice. The car is relatively evenly painted. No huge wheel issues. Like I said, M2 and Greenlight like to make a mess of the wheel, and the reason for that is because it's three parts. You have the axle, the rubber, and the plastic, and there's just more things to get wrong. So I apologize for the long video. This is Thomas from Toronto, having brought to you the 1969 Pontiac GTO with the 455 HO engine in it from M2's Detroit Muscle Series, as sponsored by VP Racing. And if I forgot to cover the bottom of the package, there it is just before we finish. And as we can see, this is the exact same release number as what is on the bottom of the GTO itself. Oh no, I apologize, it's not the same. It's 15022 1527R. So this one is 27022, so they're not the same. I apologize, this box is not matched to the car. So there we have it. Everything else is pretty much covered. It's Thomas from Toronto. Thanks for watching, and till the next one.